Imagine waking up, heading to the mirror, and seeing your eyes look yellow like a cartoon character who ate too many carrots. Your skin also looks a bit yellow. Panic bubbles up. What did I eat? Did I catch something? Is this serious? For centuries, this yellowish color has freaked people out. But here's the first comforting truth: jaundice is not a disease, it's a signal, a bright yellow warning light that something is wrong with how your body handles a yellow pigment called bilirubin. Think of it as your body's check engine light. Fix the engine and the light goes off. Hi, I'm Gaurav and you're watching Gut Instincts. Today, to make you understand jaundice, I will walk you through bilirubin's journey in plain language and clear steps you can follow. By the end, you'll see why one jaundice, one fix is as good as using Fevicol to fix all broken things, and why some home remedies belong only in family WhatsApp forwards, not treatment guidelines. People have noticed jaundice forever. Thousands of years ago, Greek people made jaundiced patients stare at caged golden orioles, small birds with brilliant yellow feathers that perfectly matched jaundiced eyes. The belief: your yellow color would magically transfer to the bird, which would get sick and die, curing you.
कोई सेंस बात की हमें बहुत लग रही थी उस टाइम.
I'm not kidding, you can cross check it. Spoiler: the caged birds died from stress or maybe frustration. Patients continued to stay yellow. Under ancient humoral theory, healers like Hippocrates and Galen thought that jaundice resulted from an overflow of yellow bile into the body's tissues. This occurred when the gallbladder failed to balance this hot and dry humor against the other three humors: blood, phlegm, and black bile. In India and China, healers blamed too much heat in the liver and gave bitter herbal drinks or animal bile to drink. If only these folks had our famous Thanda Thanda Cool Cool talcum powders, they would have dusted off the body heat crisis faster. These were all kind guesses, but wrong. Fast forward to today, we know bilirubin comes from breaking down old red blood cells. Science has mapped its exact path in your body over the last 100 years. No more bird staring, just some boring blood tests and scans to find the problem. The 18th century Scottish philosopher Adam Smith, often called the father of economics, said, "Science is the great antidote to the poison of enthusiasm and superstition." Let's start with the basics. Take a glass of milk and add a very small amount, say 1 milligram of turmeric. You may not see an obvious change. However, the moment you add a larger pinch, everything turns yellow. If you get this, understanding jaundice is child's play. Your body makes about 250 to 400 milligrams of bilirubin every day, enough to make a teaspoon of yellow paint. Most of it comes from old red blood cells that have finished their life after about 120 days. Here's what happens in simple terms. Red blood cells retire. Their hemoglobin is recycled. Iron is saved for the formation of new cells. The leftover part becomes bilirubin. First greenish, then yellow. It is a waste product that has to be excreted. Normally, your body keeps bilirubin levels in the blood very low, under 1 milligrams per deciliter. You don't notice it. Similar to our example of adding tiny amounts of turmeric to milk. When bilirubin rises to about 3 milligrams per deciliter or more, it stains tissues and you see yellow. Color change appears more prominent in lighter colored tissues and with increasing levels of pigment. Add more turmeric to the milk and the color change will be more noticeable. The color changes tell a story. In eyes, the whites turn yellow first. Skin follows next, easily seen in people with fair skin. Urine darkens like a cola drink when processed bilirubin spills into it. Raw or unprocessed bilirubin can't get out into the urine. Stools turn pale when bilirubin doesn't reach the gut due to a blockage in the bile passage. Here's a simple way to picture it. Think of your body as a bilirubin paint factory. When everything is running smoothly, paint gets made at a steady pace, packaged neatly, shipped out through the supply chain and sold. No problems. But when jaundice strikes, it's like the factory hits a snag. Either the paint machines go into overdrive making way too much, or the packaging line jams, or a natural calamity blocks the road from the factory, halting the deliveries. Result: paint starts piling up everywhere, overflowing warehouses, spilling onto the factory floor, even staining the workers yellow. That's bilirubin flooding your blood, turning your eyes and skin yellow. The fix: don't just mop up the spilled yellow paint on the floor. You have got to figure out exactly which machinery jammed, then fix that specific problem. Let's go through bilirubin's 5-step trip. Again, think of bilirubin as packages of yellow paint moving through that same factory on a 5-stop delivery route. If any stop jams, packages pile up in the main office, your blood, and you turn yellow. Step 1. Birth in the cleanup crew. Old red cells are collected by macrophages, the garbage trucks of our immune system. Hemoglobin is broken down into iron that is saved, protein bits that are recycled, and the heme ring, which becomes biliverdin and then raw or unconjugated bilirubin. This raw bilirubin is oily and doesn't mix with water. Step 2. Safe ride in the blood taxi. The oily raw bilirubin can't float freely. Albumin, a protein in the blood, acts as a taxi for bilirubin, with each albumin accommodating one bilirubin. This taxi takes it to the liver. Step 3. Liver's cleaning station. Liver cells grab the raw bilirubin, add a sugar tag or a water-soluble sticker through a process called conjugation, and turn it into a water-friendly form. It's like turning oil into a soapy solution so it can be washed away. Step 4. Shipping down the bile highway. The liver loads processed bilirubin into bile, which is a watery secretion from liver cells. It flows to the gallbladder and then into the gut when you eat. Bile helps digest fats. To know more, please watch our earlier video, What is Bile? Step 5. Gut trash party and final exit. Gut bacteria convert the processed bilirubin into colorless urobilinogen and then into brown stercobilin, the pigment of normal poop. Some urobilinogen is reabsorbed into the blood and is excreted in urine as urobilin, which gives urine its color. That's how we get rid of our waste product, bilirubin. See, now you know why your poop is brown and your pee is yellow. It's all God's artwork. Started in red color of blood to the golden yellow of bile, brown of stools, and light yellow of urine. If the trip is smooth, bilirubin is invisible. If any step jams, bilirubin backs up and you see yellow everywhere. We can group jams by where they happen. Blood tests help tell the difference by measuring raw versus processed bilirubin. Type 1. Pre-liver jams. Too much raw bilirubin. Causes include overproduction by hemolysis, in which red blood cells break down too fast. Examples include malaria, G6PD enzyme deficiency, sickle cell anemia, thalassemia, autoimmune anemia. Major trauma or excessive blood transfusions can also flood the system. Weak taxi service. Low albumin from malnutrition or loss from kidneys or slow blood flow due to heart failure can cause only mild bilirubin rises. Healthy livers compensate, so no visible jaundice. Processing enzyme problems in the liver. Genetic conditions like Gilbert syndrome, which is mild and common, or Crigler-Najjar syndrome, which is rare but severe, reduce the liver's ability to process or conjugate bilirubin. Newborns often have immature enzymes in the liver and can become yellow in the first week. Type 2. Liver worker damage, in which liver cells hurt. When hepatocytes or liver cells are damaged, they can't process or ship bilirubin well. Causes include viral hepatitis A, B, C, E, alcohol injury, autoimmune hepatitis, poisoning, example paracetamol overdose or certain mushroom poisoning, shock, causing low blood flow to the liver cirrhosis due to any cause. We'll see fatigue and high liver enzymes in blood tests. Type 3. Bile highway blocks. Processed bilirubin can't exit. If bile can't reach the gut, processed bilirubin leaks back into the blood from the liver. Causes include inside the liver, drugs, pregnancy-related cholestasis, sepsis, large liver tumors. Outside the liver, stones stuck in the bile duct, tumors in the bile duct or tumors in the head of the pancreas, post-surgical scars of bile duct. There are many other examples. I just mentioned a few. Symptoms often include itching, pale stools, and dark urine. Doctors use history, examination, blood tests, and scans like detectives following clues. In history, pain may suggest stones, fever suggests infection, recent medications may suggest a cause, or family history may point to genetic causes. In examination, yellow eyes first, then skin, pale stools, dark urine, right upper abdomen tenderness or lump, which may indicate stones or tumor. Liver or spleen enlargement may suggest chronic diseases. These clues might give instant location clues. Blood tests split bilirubin into unconjugated versus conjugated, that is, unprocessed versus processed. Important point. In the lab test called LFT or liver function test, they are usually called indirect for unprocessed and direct for processed bilirubin. High indirect usually points to pre-liver problems. High direct points to liver damage or bile blockage. Other pointers in LFT include ALT AST high may be due to liver cell injury. ALP high may be bile duct blockage. In the complete blood count test, severe anemia may suggest hemolysis. Ultrasound scan is cheap and good at spotting gallstones and duct dilatation due to blockage. Liver issues could be picked up. Endoscopy or CT or MRCP are used if a blockage is suspected and ultrasound is unclear. Rule of thumb: don't make a random guess. Tests usually guide the right fix. Even Sherlock Holmes' iconic mantra was, "It is a capital mistake to theorize before one has data." Insensibly, one begins to twist facts to suit theories instead of theories to suit facts. Treat the cause, not the symptom. Overproduction. Treat malaria or hemolytic anemia. Genetic causes. Mild cases like Gilbert syndrome need reassurance and simple measures like avoiding fasting, staying hydrated. Viral hepatitis. Rest and fluid for hepatitis A and E. Antiviral drugs for B and C when indicated. Blockage. Remove the stone or relieve the obstruction, often with an endoscopic procedure or surgery. Toxin injury. Stop the poison. Give antidotes. For example, N-acetylcysteine for paracetamol overdose. For babies, phototherapy with blue light changes raw bilirubin to water-soluble forms, so it can be excreted safely till their liver enzymes mature. A practical proverb for medicine and life: treat the cause, not the symptom. Now, the part that I love discussing: myth busting. Social media and WhatsApp forwards love simple fixes, but treating jaundice is rarely simple if the bilirubin 5-step trip is not understood. Myth 1: jaundice equals liver infection. So starve the patient with only sugar water and no oil, salt, or meat. Reality: it depends on the jam. If the liver is fighting a virus, it needs protein and calories to rebuild. Drinking a lot of sugarcane juice is not medicine. Worse, unhygienic juice can introduce hepatitis A or E infection. Myth 2: yellow foods make you yellower. Reality: the yellow color in jaundice comes from bilirubin. The yellow in turmeric, lemons, or pineapple has no relation to it. Yellow fruits contain carotenoids, totally different chemicals from bilirubin. Eating mangoes won't increase your jaundice, it gives you vitamin A. Think of beta carotene as a raw ingredient your body cooks into active vitamin A. Avoiding nutritious foods because of color can cause a delay in recovery and deficiencies. Fun fact: eating a truckload of these fruits for months might turn your skin a little yellowish, but your eyes won't turn yellow because carotene doesn't stain eyes. So, the picture of the cartoon character I showed in the beginning is scientifically impossible with carrots. Myth 3: jaundice is a disease you can catch like a cold. Reality: jaundice is a symptom. The cause could be viral hepatitis, gallstones, liver cirrhosis, or hemolytic anemia. Yes, viral hepatitis A and E spread fecal-orally through contaminated food or water. That's what you can catch from others. Many other causes don't spread like this. Treating jaundice without finding the real cause is like painting over a crack without fixing the foundation. Myth 4: strict boiled diet with no fats or proteins is mandatory. Reality: The liver needs nutrients to repair itself. Unless there is a specific complication like hepatic encephalopathy or coma, a balanced, easily digestible diet is better than extreme restriction. Myth 5. Rituals and herbal paste suck out jaundice. Reality. These are placebo successes. No biochemical basis. Many viral jaundices self-resolve in 4 to 6 weeks, so families credit the herbal paste, goat blood rituals, or grandmother's home remedy. Worse, some herbal liver cleansers contain heavy metals and dangerous alkaloids, causing drug induced liver injury, turning mild jaundice into liver failure. If you or someone you know turns yellow, here's a simple checklist. Don't panic. Jaundice is a sign, not an immediate death sentence. Note the symptoms: pain, fever, recent drug use, dark urine, pale stools, recent travel, or blood disorders in the family. Avoid random home remedies that promise a cure. Hydrate with clean water. Eat balanced, gentle meals unless a doctor advises otherwise. It turns out that doctors who are not up to date are sometimes the ones who end up prescribing a bland diet. Can't help it. Seek medical tests. A basic blood panel and an ultrasound often provide the answer. If a baby is yellow in the first week, seek medical advice quickly. Newborn brains are vulnerable to very high bilirubin. If you have severe abdominal pain, fever, confusion, or bleeding, go to a hospital immediately. Jaundice is like smoke from a fire. Don't waste time tasting the smoke to figure out if it's real. Find the fire and put it out. The fire could be something petty like a small kitchen matchstick. Think Gilbert syndrome. Or ominously dangerous like a raging factory blaze. Think pancreatic mass blocking bile ducts. Either way, you need to locate the source first. Let me tell you a short story to tie it all together. Ravi, a 35-year-old teacher, woke up one morning with upper abdominal pain and yellow eyes. He panicked and called his neighbor, who suggested sugarcane juice and a paste from a local healer, whom he came to know about in friends' WhatsApp group. Ravi's wife, more skeptical, took him to a local doctor. Tests showed a gallstone stuck in the bile duct. The stone was removed with a simple endoscopic procedure, and Ravi recovered quickly. If Ravi had followed the WhatsApp advice, he might have delayed the right treatment and suffered complications. Instead, a clear diagnosis fixed the jam and the yellow warning light went off. Moral: your body sends clear signals. Science wins by mapping the exact route where the jam occurs. Random guessing wastes time and risks harm. I agree that science has not definitely answered everything yet, but that's precisely the pursuit, isn't it? Science brings clarity. Once you understand the delivery route of bilirubin, jaundice stops being mystical and starts being manageable. Non-scientific treatments sound appealing because they promise a quick fix and a story you can tell at tea time. Quick fixes might make it seem like there's a simple solution for everyone. However, the human body isn't a simple narrative, it's a complex system. So, next time someone forwards a miracle cure, remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Treat the cause, not the color. Get the right tests. Laugh at the yellow bird stories, but don't laugh at the need for proper care. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Go to the doctor, not the WhatsApp university or a social media influencer. Fix the jam, and the yellow light goes off. Simple as that. Share this with someone who has jaundice or wants to learn about jaundice. And perhaps you could share it with someone who sends you a WhatsApp message about a quick jaundice remedy. Let's hope that the yellow fog gets cleared from his or her head. Happy learning. See you next time on Gut Instincts. Bye.